Welcome to Coding with T, and I'm your host, Tiffany.
Hey Codies, quick disclaimer. From this point on, I'll be dropping videos every Monday and Wednesday at 3:30 Central Time, so stay tuned. In this video, we will be discussing autoboxing and unboxing, so hopefully you guys remember the 8 primitive data types we discussed earlier on. And if for whatever reason you need a quick reminder, I've included the video in the description bio below, so get caught up. And if you've been watching my videos, you know that Java is an object-oriented language, and there are cases where we have to treat everything as an object. Now let's suppose we wanted to convert a int into an integer object. This is where wrapper classes come in handy. The wrapper classes for these 8 primitive data types are Boolean, character, byte, short, integer, long, float, and double. I know this may sound a little confusing, but I promise it's very easy. So I'm going to show you the format of how you convert a int into an integer object. So to do this, we would type integer, and we're going to name our object, and I'm going to name this object intObj. And then I'm going to use the equal sign to instantiate it to a new integer. Oops. And that's it. Easy peasy. Now let's suppose we had a constructor that accepted a value. We would use this exact same format, but this time we would go back and right behind the integer, we would do parentheses. And inside of these parentheses or this parameter, we would enter a value. And for the sake of this example, I'm going to enter the number 50. Easy peasy. This statement can also be written as integer, int, obj, and just instantiate it with the number 50. These two statements are pretty much the same. This process is known as autoboxing. Now let's suppose we wanted to convert an object into a primitive type. To do this, we're going to use the int value method, and I'm going to show you exactly how this is done. So I'm going to create an int, and I'm going to name it result. And I'm going to instantiate it to int obj, and I'm going to use the dot operator to call the int value method. Don't forget about the semicolon at the end. To explain more, the int method returns a int type which is assigned to result. Just to be clear, the int obj, that object has 50 assigned to it. So on the next line where you see int result and it was instantiated with the equal sign to int object, I was actually using the value that's assigned to that variable. And then I type dot operator, new int value. So that returns that integer object back to a primitive data type. And the value is assigned to the result variable. So to sum it up, wrapper classes gives us the ability to conveniently convert primitive types into objects and vice versa. Additionally, wrapper classes are also used to provide us with methods for converting strings into primitive types. Let me give you an example of how this is done. So suppose we wanted to convert a string into an int. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to create an int variable, and we're going to name it new val. Then we're going to instantiate it to integer and use the dot operator, parse int. And inside of the parentheses, we're going to create a string, and inside of the quotes, we're going to type 10. Now this method will return 10. And 10 is assigned to our new val variable. And of course, if we wanted to print this to the screen, we simply type system.out.println. Make sure you include the semicolon. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. I want to clarify what just happened. We turned a string being 10 into an int. The 10 that was passed through the perimeter was a string, and the giveaway is the quotation marks around the number 10. If a case arises as to a string not being able to convert into an int, the method will throw a numbers format exception. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Lastly, we can also convert a string into a double. It's really easy peasy. I know I keep saying it, but it's really easy. All we have to do is use the parse double method. And here's how it's done. Also, keep in mind that the parse double method is found in the double class. And if the conversion cannot be done, we'll get another error message. But for right now, I'm going to comment out the previous errors. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. Okay, Codies, we're going to end it here. If this video helped you out, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, hit that notification button, and also drop a comment and share the video. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.